Multi-platform reseller tips for quick and consistent profits. Are you ready to start a reselling business? Or are you an experienced flipper seeking new reselling ideas or fresh ways to increase sales and exposure? This video is for you. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. Today we want to talk about the beautiful world of flipping and reselling and all the beautiful stuff happening in that sector. But before I get into the nitty-gritty, let me quickly give a shout out to our millions of viewers and listeners in the United States and Canada and beyond, particularly Emmy Bird in Thompsonville, Connecticut, DeMarcus Britt in Greens Farms, Connecticut, and Jillian Powers in Milford, Connecticut. Really appreciate the support. Thank you so much for all the nice letters and all the the feedback. We really appreciate it. The first thing you need to do to get consistent and quick profits in the reselling world is to educate yourself. You want to educate yourself on what to buy and sell online. It's very important, right? If you're trying to be, the reselling is it's an expanding sector out there, right? But many people are sharing their knowledge. You have a YouTube reselling community that's amazing. You have a Facebook reselling community that's amazing. All platforms, even on LinkedIn, you can find people who are into reselling and flipping. So it's very important for you to do some kind of education here and understand exactly what you want to buy and sell on the internet. All right, and also it allows you to network, right? By enrolling, by joining those groups, you are networking. You're getting close to people who have maybe years of experience in reselling. They can actually share their knowledge with you. So it's very important to educate yourself. Number two, you want to do things the legit way. Now, I know a lot of resellers who believe that it's just a side gig and they're probably making a few hundreds of dollars here and there. But if you want to bring your game to the next level, it's important to do things the legit way. What do I mean by that? You want to incorporate, right? Now you can be a sole proprietor, but you want to be incorporated. You want to be incorporated. Now, if you want to move things a little upper, you can create an LLC, a limited liability company, or LLP, or S corp or C corp. Either way, this show is not about giving legal advice. So you might want to get closer to. You might want to hire a lawyer to have a better idea of what's important for you, what kind of a legal structure fits your particular situation, right? You also want to get a business account, a business bank account. It's very important. So the only way you can get a business bank account if you have a legal structure as a business, right? And after that, you want to get a federal EIN, right? So that's the employer identification number. That's basically the company's social security number. Again, we're trying to do things a legit way here, right? So you hire a CPA for accounting and tax purposes, right? A CPA stands for a certified public accountant, right? And of course, once you do this, it's very important because the revenue from your reselling business, if it flows through PayPal, the company PayPal will send you a 1099 miscellaneous, so 1099-miss form if you make more than $20,000. Okay, now a lot of folks think that they don't have to pay taxes unless they get a 1099 miscellaneous. This is simply not true, right? Because you have to understand here, tax evasion is a federal crime. So this is very important. If you have a CPA on board, that CPA can tell you how much taxes you need to pay or how much money you need to pay to put aside during the year, so that at the end of the year you don't have a problem with the tax man. You can even send quarterly payments to the IRS and your state tax authorities. All right, very important. Now, when it comes to PayPal, by the way, you want to set up a business PayPal account. All right, very important. You can convert your personal account to a business account if you want to, right? Now, eBay, by the way, suggests that you do this so that you're covered under their seller protection policy, Remember that eBay uses PayPal as their primary way to deliver your earnings, right? So you want to basically take that into account. One of my favorite ways is to use direct deposit, because the last thing you want is to use either of any of those platforms to manage your money. I'm talking about PayPal or eBay. Just get direct deposit if possible. All right. So this is how you do things the legit way. On eBay, have a business account. On PayPal, have a business account. At your bank, have a business account. The third thing you want to do is take care of bookkeeping, accounting, and admin stuff. Now, if you have a CPA, he or she can take care of the accounting and bookkeeping aspect of things. But then you have the admin stuff, right? So you have everything from shipping, everything from from supplies, from sales, the logistics part of things. This must be taken care of. Now, if you're not comfortable or you cannot afford a CPA, you can go online and get a small business accounting program. Some are free, some are not. I recommend paying for one. You can find one as low. You can find basically they charge on a monthly basis, and you can find as low as $499 a month, which I believe it's pretty normal, pretty decent. So $5 a month, so that your accounting is taken care of. That's fantastic, right? So you even have a company called QuickBooks. I don't want to get into endorsing any software provider here, but there are a lot of great software providers out there that cater to small business owners and resellers and flippers, right? So you can do things yourself. You can do your own accounting. Of course, when it comes to filing taxes and doing the consolidation at the end of the month or the quarter, you can reach out to a CPA. But depending upon the size of your reselling business, you really don't need that much, right? You need to have income, right? You want to know what comes in, the gross sales, the sales price of an item plus any shipping income, right? And then you want to take care of your expenses, right? What goes out. So what comes in, what goes out. So shipping expenses, PayPal fees, supplies, mileage, cost of goods, etc., right? So one thing you also want to pay attention to is your essential tools, because you want to have the right equipment. That's critical for you as if you want to succeed as a multi-platform reseller. You want to have the right equipment. I'm talking about a printer, a scale, right? And some of the essential tools that you can add later on. Okay, I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We're still having a conversation today about multi-platform reseller tips for quick and consistent profit. If you love the quality and clarity of the content so far, I advise you to just smash the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you are informed whenever we release a new show. Like this content, share, and comment. We want to give a shout out to our millions of viewers in the United States and Canada and beyond, particularly Amaya Hayes in Addison, Nebraska, Willie Russell in Chadron, Nebraska, and Geraldine Cherry in Shoals, Nebraska. Number 4, you want to figure out what word to source and make a list, right? You want to find out where you can buy things to resell in your area. Okay, you can make a list. Make a list of the type of stores, right? You want to add the actual name of the store to your list, right? And the thing is that by constituting a list, you can update that list as you go along. Don't try to have a comprehensive list before you start reselling. No, if you have a list of 5 or 10 outlets, that's good already. Start the business, launch this, kick things off. You want to get moving, right? So of course that list can be really always evaluated over time, but the bottom line is you want to keep moving and launch things and learn as you go along, right? Now, don't ever miss any opportunity to get inventory. I mean, because inventory may appear in the most unexpected places, right? Basically, if you're thinking about clothing, for instance, right? Go, you can basically try to find a specific store or chain of stores that offer that. Right now, here are some good places you might want to try when it comes to finding where to source things to launch your reselling business. Now, I'm going to start with something that will shock you: your own home. How many of us have closets full of stuff, right? Those 99 cents sales we had back in the days where, during the holidays, people just buy stuff and stuff their closets. You probably have something like that too, right? So you might want to double check and see what's available there, and you can start selling. Friends and family can be another source of good stuff to resell. You have fellow resellers. Earlier I was telling you about YouTube reselling group, Facebook reselling groups, eBay reselling groups. You have all those forums where you can meet fellow resellers. You can also get products at flea markets and antique malls. I'm talking about garage sales, estate sales, thrift stores, consignment auctions, retail store clearance, right? Store closing sales. You have Goodwill outlet stores. That's one of my favorite. You have pawn shops. You have the Craigslist. You also have the church rummage sales, wholesale or liquidation companies. You have eBay, Mercari, right? So and of course you have local selling apps and Facebook groups. So the sources are myriad. You have multiple sources where you can find inventory to launch your reselling business. Now, as I said earlier, make a list. It's very important, depending upon the kind of item you want to resell, that you have a list that you zero in on those outlets that provide consistently quality items. Another thing you want to do, that's number 5, you want to find out outline platforms that are suitable for your reselling business, right? So for instance, if you are into clothing, you want to try Poshmark or eBay, right? Amazon and Book Scouter might be good for books. So you want to make a list of all that you're going to sell and where you can sell it, as I said earlier. Now, it's very important to understand when it comes to online platforms. You have eBay is a great place, Amazon, of course, Etsy, right? Facebook Marketplace and buy and sell groups have been very popular in the reselling community. Craigslist. Now, when it comes to apps, you're talking about Letgo, Poshmark, OfferUp, and Mercari. So a lot of those platforms, as I said earlier, they have both an app and web version, right? So again, this show is about multi-platform reseller tips. So I'm trying to really give you advice here on how to sell simultaneously on multiple platforms here, right? So again, even if you go to eBay has an app. Amazon does the same thing. Etsy, right? Facebook, of course. So you can either connect through them online on your desktop or through the app. The next thing you want to do is to familiarize yourself with one platform at a time. Now, I know I just said to you that the whole show is based on the premise that you can succeed on multiple platforms. Yes, you can. But as a starter, as a rookie, you want to, or even as a veteran reseller, you want to learn one platform at a time. It makes things a lot easier. And again, it doesn't take a year to learn one platform. You can learn one platform within 1 month or 2 or 3, depending upon your commitment and how engaged you are. So once you learn one platform, you can add more platforms to your reselling arsenal, right? You can even cross-post any qualifying items, right? So just make sure that you remove them before they sell 2 platforms at once. All right, so it's something that you have to see. List all the platforms that you are interested in and see which works for you. All right, I will be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We're still having a conversation here about multi-platform reseller tips for quick and consistent profits. I want to give a quick shout out to Madison Cook in Crystal Bay, Nevada. Rory Shaw in Las Vegas, Nevada, and Courtney Hart, and she is in Henderson, Nevada. So Courtney, Rory, and Madison, really appreciate your help and support and feedback all the way from Nevada. Number 7, create a storage system and have a dedicated inventory space. This is very important, right? If you have a reselling business and you intend to sell on multiple platforms, you gotta be organized. I'm not talking, I really don't care the amount of inventory you have, the number of items you're selling, whether it is 10 or 1,000, right? You got to be organized so that you can increase productivity, you can increase efficiency, and ultimately you want to increase what? Your bottom line, right? So you need to create a storage system. Now, depending upon the size of your operation, you might just do these things in Excel or in a piece of paper, or you can just get some kind of a small business software. You have gazillions of software out there, that software providers who that cater to the reselling community, and they will help you sort of have a proper organization, especially if you are handling I would say hundreds of items. Then you're going to need something like SKU. You want to have some kind of inventory tracking system, right? And you also want to pay attention to the storage system. By storage system, I'm talking about the location, right? I'm talking about the maintenance of products while they are at the location, right? And how to track items. Number 8, you want to establish a flexible shipping station. Now, this is very important. You want to be able to have a table of flat surface you can use to pack up boxes and mailers, right? Now, it's up to you to which kind of printer and labels you want to use, but there are many solutions online that help you do that. Customize things, very important. You want to set up both your inventory storage and your shipping station so that could be easily used by any employee. Again, if you have a smaller operation, you can take care of everything yourself. But if you have a large organization that sells hundreds of items every month, you might need employees, right? So if you hire someone to do all the packing and shipping for you, you got to be organized yourself first. Okay. Now, even to do the shipping by yourself or having it done by somebody else, you need to have a dedicated shipping space with all the supplies and tools you need so that things can move, smoothly, especially around the holidays, around the high season, November, December. You really want to pay attention to that. Now, it also depends on the products and your industry, right? Now, the number 9, if you want to be successful as a multi-platform reseller, you want to provide stellar client service, and you want to constantly seek feedback, right? You have hundreds of thousands of resellers in the United States, Canada, and over the world. What's going to set you apart from the competition? What's going to set you apart from your rivals? One of those things is excellent customer service, right? You can build a good reputation by answering questions from buyers as soon as possible, right? You can go the extra mile if they ask you to send additional photos. You want to be accountable and you want to be available, right? You want to know the platform rules and want to follow them. This is very important. I've seen a lot of resellers being kicked out of Amazon or eBay or Poshmark or OfferUp simply because they haven't been listening to the rules. They haven't been complying by the rules, right? So you want to be helpful and courteous. Okay, the thing here is that you are in business, right? So sometimes clients will complain. Clients will say stuff. Some of this stuff might be rude, but you are a business person. So never take those comments personal. Don't get emotional about it. Okay, you also want to package and send items how you would want to receive them. And this is what I'm talking about. You want to put yourself in your customer's shoes so you can offer the best quality service available. All right. And one thing that's very important also is to always train yourself and your employees to always smile, to take things on the bright side, to look at things brightly. It is a business, and customers, believe it or not, are the kings and queens that sustain your business, and that will sustain your business over the long run, right? So to be just going to really quickly recap today's conversation, because we are already at the end of the show. If you want to be a multi-platform successful reseller and you want to make quick and consistent profits, you want to educate yourself on what to buy and sell online. Number 2, do things the legit way. 3, take care of bookkeeping, accounting, and admin stuff. 4, figure out where to source and make a list. 5, find out online platforms that are suitable for your reselling business. 6, familiarize yourself with one platform at a time. 7, create a storage system and have a dedicated inventory space. 8, establish a flexible shipping station. And number 9, provide stellar client service and constantly seek feedback. I'll see you another time. Thanks for listening. And until then, stay marvelous.